Hello, how are you? I'm Betty Lascano, and today I bring you a highly requested video tutorial on how to create universal highlights. I will try to make the technique as simple as possible so that all of you can indeed grasp it perfectly in a simple way. So let's not waste any more time and get started with this tutorial. I will start by hydrating the hair, applying this Yenvir moisturizer for extreme softness, which will help me maintain moisture throughout the entire process. This mannequin head is made of 100% natural hair and has a tone level of 5, which is absolutely a light shade, completely. The formula I am going to use for bleaching will be approximately 3 caps of bleaching powder plus about 20 volume cream oxidant. For every single cap of bleaching powder, you will incorporate approximately 2 caps of cream oxidant. So we will add about 6 caps of 20 volume cream oxidant plus the intensive therapy for brittle hair ampule. And also, this ampule helps me protect the hair from the bleach that effectively. The sections I will create on my model will be from ear to ear, and on the crown I will make a rectangle that I will work on carefully and accurately separately from the sides. I will start at the lower part of the nape precisely. The technique used for universal highlights is indeed very simple and incredibly effective. I actually want you to see it because there are really people who have many doubts about the process and procedure for these highlights. If there are some highlights that seem exceptionally easy to me in terms of technique, they are, in my opinion, universal highlights. I am starting at the nape of the neck, taking a thin, straight section of hair. I carefully apply the bleach from the roots to the ends, ensuring even coverage throughout the entire length of the hair. The difference between universal highlights and other techniques is that these are essentially done in a curtain-like manner, in a way. You take a very thin section and you are going to divide that section into 2. It is important to leave a dark curtain at the bottom, which is essential because that will create the separation of the bleached highlight, making a clear and distinct visual effect, well-defined and maintained throughout the process of creating the highlight. There are absolutely people who really like this type of remarkably distinctive impact, such as ribbons. Nowadays, very few people use this technique because it leaves a very noticeable mark. But for all of you who want to know how it's likely done, we are making this video. As I mentioned, it is extremely simple. Lower a section carefully and precisely, depending on the thickness you want. After that section, they carefully make another thin section in the shape of a curtain and apply the bleach with precision and attention to detail, ensuring even application in the process, and they continue this way up to the crown. Remember that the dark section, which is the crucial part, is what will make the strand look completely defined and well outlined. I want you to practice this method or technique for all those who are just starting out in their beauty career, who are working with bleaching or are just beginning to do bleaching. I highly recommend that you start with low oxidants, such as 10 or 20 volume, and not use a 40 or 60 volume because you run the risk of breaking the hair. Personally, in my experience, I have always preferred working with low-level oxidants because they are more gentle on the hair strand and allow me to provide my clients with higher quality results. We move to the crown, and then we proceed to carefully do the same exact procedure. We take our section, carefully divide it, and thus leave one part dark while we thoroughly bleach the other part in a careful manner, in a curtain-like manner. On the sides, we perform the same procedure. In the case of my mannequin head, I am currently doing some not very thick highlights, which are subtle and delicate. I am just showing you the technique of how to do them because on this same mannequin, I am also going to do other types of coloring, and I don't want to take it to a full bleaching just yet. This is a preliminary step right now. We are going to create some very subtle and delicate universal and comprehensive highlights so that you can clearly see the procedure. This procedure is done in the same way all over the head, in a consistent manner throughout the entire process. On the sides, you need to be a little bit more careful. I don't know if you have clients or acquaintances, or if you've noticed that in the temple area, there is usually extremely small, extremely fine hair. Typically, this hair is not bleached because it is so thin, fragile, and very delicate that it can sometimes break very easily. But for these types of highlights to look very well defined, it's extremely crucial to take the first small section because it will set the tone for the entire curtain in this context, as you can see. If you leave the contour dark, some dark small hairs in the bleached area where you are bleaching, that will cover the effect of the highlight. It is extremely important that when you work on the sides and encounter those small, often hard to see hairs, you make a concerted effort to try to grab those tiny, delicate hairs by carefully following the section to ensure that when the hair is pulled back, the ribbon looks well defined, neat, and tidy. Once the bleach has been thoroughly applied throughout the hair, it is extremely important to carefully check each and every aluminum foil packet and ensure that the bleach is applied very evenly and consistently. If there are small spots, such as moles or other similar marks, you need to saturate them so that the bleaching is completely and evenly even. We are going to give my model a processing time of approximately 25 minutes with heat. After that time, we will carefully and thoroughly rinse out the bleach with plenty of water. Remember, preferably use lukewarm water, not hot. I want to demonstrate to you another way that I think you will find interesting to add color to bleached hair. If you successfully achieve an even bleaching from roots to ends and don't want to apply a toner and you don't have any orange highlights, remember that it's extremely important, very, very important, not to have any strongly marked orange or yellow highlights. If you end up with a pale yellow, you can wash the hair thoroughly with a violet shampoo or Yenvirt's Platinum Bath and emulsify it evenly for 5 minutes to achieve the desired effect for optimal results. With this, you will counteract the yellow highlights and achieve the desired tone. But it is very important that you also apply this shampoo at home to maintain the tone and ensure that the color remains vibrant and consistent over time. To seal the coloring, we are going to apply the Intense Blonde Mask, which will provide very much needed softness, hydration, and nourishment and shine to the hair. To finish the look of my model, we are going to apply a hydrating straightener to protect the hair from heat tools and achieve a perfect and beautiful straight look. To add more shine and better define these highlights, we are going to apply Yenvir's Life Drops, which is liquid keratin, a protein that strengthens hair. This is an incredibly effective treatment that adds shine, softness, and also deeply strengthens and nourishes the hair. This is the final result of these universal highlights. You now have the complete, comprehensive, and detailed technique on how it's done. It's very important to practice a lot so you can become fully and completely aware of the problems that may arise each time you do a bleaching. It's a very easy, very quick technique, and I'm fully confident that it will turn out beautiful for you. Thank you, family, for joining this video tutorial. Remember that this channel is designed for you. Here you will find classes on hairstyling, colorimetry, haircuts, and more. So I invite you to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and also leave comments on my content and share them so that more people can benefit from this information. Sending you a big hug and many blessings. See you in the next video, my friend.